For the good of the game. Now, Sepp Blatter is not the longest serving president of FIFA. You have two other people. It's actually the third for him. We're starting with one man from France, Jules Rimet. He spent 33 years as a FIFA president. Joao Avalanche, of course, spent 24 years, and Sepp Blatter 17 years. So he was almost going for the record after seeking fifth term. But that will not be. So he'll definitely remain the third serving FIFA president. So who is going to be the next president? Well, that's the question that's really begging for answers. Will Michel Platini contest for the position? Will Prince Ali come back, or Luis Figo? There's so many of them who wanted the position at a point. But there was actually a point whereby Michel Platini talked about the fact that he will not contest against his best friend. He's a friend. He refers to Sepp Blatter as his friend. But now that Sepp Blatter is out, maybe he will just want to be there. Okay, now quickly we'll talk about what the Super Eagles. Of course, you have just, as of last night, we have just three players in camp: John Ogu, Anthony Uja, and Odion Igalo. Three players were in camp last night. Okay, Toyin Bitoye joins us now from Abuja. Good morning, Toyin.
Yeah, Cecilia, good morning. It's a pleasure to be on Sports this morning.
Yeah, it's good to have you. Now, how many players do we have right now? Because we're hearing reports from every corner that, look, it's like the European players are really thinking of or daring Keshi. What is he going to do if they don't get to meet the deadline, which is today?
No. They are not daring Keshi. Most of the players have even called the coach to inform him of the fact that they are already in town and that they will be joining camp before the deadline today. So I'm sure that at least 12 out of the 13, I beg your pardon, out of the 15 players will be in camp before dinner tonight. Don't forget the deadline is midnight today. So 13 of them will be in. The only two that have been given special permission to come after today's deadline, Vincent Yamadi, I beg your pardon, Ahmed Musa and Aaron Samuel. So we are expecting 13 before the end of today. Then the other two will join after the deadline.
Okay, now,
everybody is happy. The players are happy. 8 of the youngest players were retained, and they will join up with the other 15 for the game against Chad.
Now, those two players you mentioned, Ahmed Musa and Vincent Yamadi, why were they actually given that exemption not to be in camp early? Any reason for that?
Aaron Samuel and Ahmed Musa.
Okay.
Are the only two given permission. Aaron Samuel is still busy with his club in China, and Ahmed Musa was given permission to sort out a very important family issue in Russia. So that's the reason why the two will not be coming today. They'll be joining after today's deadline. And they've already communicated to the coach. The coach has already approved and given them the permission to stay beyond today. Okay,
did they have any training session today, and will they be having anyone this evening when some of the other players arrive today?
Yeah, training, we used to, since we opened camp about 2 weeks ago, we've been training in the mornings, 2 hours, 30 minutes of training every day, usually from 7 to about 9:30, thereabouts. But from today, training will now change to match time. So we'll start training from 4 now. From today. So at the Abuja National Stadium, you will find us training from 4 o'clock to maybe about 6, and that will lead us up to the game on Saturday, the 13th of June.
Okay, simply means it's just going to be just one training session every day before the game.
Yes, one training session every day, because according to the coaches, the players are already fit. Particularly the home-based players are coming from a competitive league, so they are already fit, and the coaches in their wisdom feel that it is not wise to overload them with too much training. For the European-based players, they are coming out of a long season, so the coaches also feel that, look, they are already fit, and this is the end of season. We need to take it easy, one training session at a time, and build them up towards the game in Kaduna on the 13th of June.
Yeah, thank you, Toyin, for talking to us on the program today.
Thank you, Sisi.
Okay, now that's for the Super Eagles. Well, all the players will definitely arrive, except those two, Aaron Samuel and Ahmed Musa, given exception because of what they're actually facing presently. Now, away from the Super Eagles camp, quickly on the Flying Eagles. Now, reports reaching us is that some players might not just play the game against North Korea on Thursday morning. Kelechi Iheanacho, Isaac Success might just be dropped, but Iheanacho will also be keeping. They're going to be dropped. What do you think about this new development?
It's a dicey situation, talking about the goalkeeper, because he was the first choice at the AYC, and you know, he's made he made a couple of mistakes in the first game against Brazil, and dropping him might totally kill his confidence and everything. But it's dicey in the fact that if it's not just a one-off, if it happens again today, then we might be facing elimination. Okay. You know, so it's a very big decision from Manu Garba. Then we hear that Kelechi Iheanacho and Isaac Success might be dropped because of the fact that they were not with the team. You know, so they felt like there wasn't that connection. Okay. Maybe he might play with the bulk of the guys that actually got to win the AYC competition.
Now, Benan Boa and Tawa Wuniyi likely to be there. Then you also have Eyimba star Kingsley Sokare. I mean, is likely to be in the midfield ahead of Kelechi Iheanacho. Would that be a better formation for the Flying Eagles?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it will be better, but they can try it, and it's always good to have players of quality, you know, sitting on the bench, likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, Isaac Success. If you need them to come in, you know what they will bring in when they come into the game. So I think that man Garba is blessed with a lot of talent right now, and if it's about ability, I think they can go ahead and beat Korea. But you know, sometimes football throws you the odd one. So let's just hope that everything happens the way we want it. But I think we should be able to manage that one and get a victory.
Okay, 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Well, let's just see what's going to happen against North Koreans. Well, for the Super Falcons, preparations continues. They trained yesterday twice. And of course, well, it's 4 days to FIFA tournament. And Flying Super Falcons' first game, it's going to be on Monday against Sweden. And the team, well, they're really ready to go for that. Now, quickly, Jose Mourinho is saying that, well, once Diego Costa is not happy, he himself will not be happy. And of course, the unhappiness of him actually made the whole dressing room very boring. Let's just get to listen to him.
He's the guy responsible for everything good we have in the dressing room. He's so happy, he's so funny, he's enjoying every minute, he makes people enjoy. He's the happiest guy in the dressing room, so if this is an happiness, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. But I think he was not happy with the news. He was not happy with the news, and in his bad English, I think he has to try to express that he's not happy with the news. He's not with Chelsea.
What the news is talking about is the fact that the media was actually awash yesterday that he was really not happy at Chelsea, that he may likely want to go to Spain. But Jose Mourinho has come up to say, look, the player is happy and he will really wants to stay at Stamford Bridge. Unhappy Diego Costa makes the dressing room very unhappy.
This is a very lively lad, you know,
yes.
So really he lights up the dressing room, and if he's not happy, you will get to find out. And I could understand where the story came out from, because he had a fantastic season. Yeah, he was injured in some parts of the season, but he had a fantastic season, scoring goals, you know, winning the league. Come on. When I was like, just stories.
Okay, he was actually substituted in the game against Sweden yesterday, and one young lad came on, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and he made 8 appearances for Chelsea last season, but immediately was brought in. The player was substituted immediately, and Jose Mourinho wasn't really happy. And when he was questioned the reason why the player was taken off after just coming in, well, let's just get to listen to him, what he had to say concerning that.
With 19 years old, you have to run 3 times the other guys, and you have to play in your limits, and you don't have to play like a superstar with the ball on his feet, because this is not under 18. If he wants to play for Chelsea in the Premier League, this is not the under 18 competition, which is too easy for him. He's too good to play in under 18, too good. But I don't accept that a player playing in midfield with Mikel and Matic, when we don't have the ball, he doesn't press, he doesn't have intensity, and he's waiting for other people to recover the ball. I don't accept that in the superstars. How can I accept that in an 18-year-old kid? So he has to learn what it takes to play for us.
So I think all youngsters in Chelsea obviously definitely want to listen to that. And for Jose Mourinho, I love him because he would definitely not spare a word for anything.
It just shows you he's in charge of his dressing
He's
room.
in charge of the
in charge
dressing
of
room.
the-
So
he's in
all
charge of the team.
youngsters, you have to buckle up for you to be able to get into the first team. When I was listening to him, I was like, was that the reason why Mata was so mean? He
Yes,
doesn't
of
like
course.
luxury
He said-
players.
Well, but the matter aspect, matter actually works. It's just that it doesn't seem so. But if you break it down, look at the statistics and everything, you see that Mata actually covers a lot of ground and he works. He tracks back a lot. But maybe just didn't have
That
what
just
Mourinho
wasn't
was
enough.
looking for. Yeah.
I mean, 19 years old, you have to run twice as fast as a superstar, but definitely not like them, but much more closer to that. Now we'll talk about the French Open, where Roger Federer is out to no 18 Grand Slam for him right now. Maybe you have to wait for Wimbledon, and of course the US Open is still there. 2 more Grand Slams to go this year. Wawrinka Stan, well, he's looking forward to adding another one to what he won the Australian Open last year. And Joe-Wilfried Tsonga, the home favorite guy, he is also in. Now, this picture you're looking at was actually after, well, a large rectangular metal panel fell from a TV commentary burst, and of course it hit at some of the spectators, and where the incident was actually caught by one of the umpires. So they had to suspend the game when Joe-Wilfried Tsonga was actually playing against Kenny Shikori. But luckily, some fans were hurt, but nobody died. It's just
Very
a little minor injury and all that. So the match was actually disrupted for about 40 minutes for that. Now, quickly, talk about Joe-Wilfried Tsonga. Maybe he might just be the upset everyone is looking for. Stan Wawrinka might also be the one we're looking for. But today, Novak Djokovic and, of course, Rafael Nadal with Federer out. So he's actually slimmer now.
And this is the best time Djokovic would have in beating Rafael Nadal at the French Open. This is the best chance he would have. He's playing really well.
This is what is going to look like the order of play for today. Serena Williams will be playing against Sarah Errani. Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal, the big one. Timian Bashiski and Alison Van will also be in action. And Andy Murray and David Ferrer. So at the end of today, well, some big shots will obviously be out of the French Open.
Yeah, if Djokovic is going to beat Nadal, he will work for it, because Nadal won't just let go of his title. He wants to win 10. Nobody has done it, winning 10 titles in a single Grand Slam. So I think Djokovic has his work cut out for him today, and Nadal has been playing well.
He's playing so well, so
better than we expected.
Okay, so is your money on?
Djokovic.
Okay, yesterday, well, Tyre Salam said it's going to be Rafael Nadal. Well, at the end of today, we'll know who that will go. Now, quickly before we wrap up, tomorrow the NBA Finals returns. Now you have the 4-time MVP and just the 1-time MVP, Steph Curry and LeBron James in action.
Yeah, it's going to be massive. Different teams. Good thing for the Golden State. Everybody's back. Spites is back. Klay Thompson will play. For Cleveland, unfortunately, that man is out for the season. Talking about Kevin Love, but Tristan Thompson has been doing a good job since coming in for him. What I think the Cavaliers need to do in this particular one is just perimeter defending. They have to really be on point, because the Golden State Warriors, their shooters are off the hook. Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and the likes of others. So if most of their points, they are not really, they don't go to the paint that much, because they don't have such big players to attack you at the paint. But the perimeter shooting is fantastic. So that is what the Cavs have to defend against. It's going to be a long series. I think we might see 7 games in this particular series.
7 games.
I think we would see 7 games in this particular.
Because if you check what happened in the semifinals and all that, or in the finals of the Eastern
semifinals were too easy. The conference finals,
precisely. Conference finals were so easy.
Cavaliers swept the Hawks, and
just 4 games, and that's
for Warriors it was a 4-1 win over
Houston Rockets trying to fight back, but it was just too late for them to fight back.
So I'm expecting a fantastic series, a very fantastic series.
I think I would love that, so that we'll get to watch it, because it's been boring since, Cavs were not just, they decided not to even allow us to enjoy the games, because I will say that.
And for James, this will cement his legacy, leaving Cleveland, going to Miami, getting 2 titles, 2 rings. He's now coming back. If he gets it at his first attempt, come on. I think the argument will be settled.
But when you're saying you're rooting for James, right? For Cavs to take it.
I'm neutral.
If they don't take it, what's going to happen to Golden State Warriors?
I like Stephen Kerr. I like Stephen Kerr, the Golden
Okay.
State Warriors coach. This is his first season. The Splash Brothers. I like both teams, so I'm very neutral. I'm going to enjoy this one. I will really enjoy
Hopefully
it.
it takes us to Game 7. That's what we'll be expecting, so all of us can enjoy it. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Business Money is up next. Don't forget, Sport Tonight is at 9 p.m. Bye for now.